Just before the video starts, I would like to shout out Marlon, Enrique and Street League for subscribing to my channel. If you'd like a shout out like them, subscribe to me and comment that you've done so down below. Anyway, welcome to my first video in my new kingdom of 1978. So what I'm recording here and showing you now is the first wars that happened. So you can see here there was a bit of open field fighting at first over here. So the war was between our side, us the Pandas, and our ally P78 against BH78, and obviously their allies and family. Our aim at this point was to stop them reinforcing the flag, as we didn't want the flag to be reinforced, so it'd be easier to take down when we connected them with our territory. The problem with standing around the flag and just sitting there when there's troops in the flag is they can coordinate an attack and just jump out on one army and take it down. So this is something we should have done. We should have spread out on their territory if we wanted to do this, because someone's teleported in, that's going to be a city they can hop into and reinforce the flag from, and he can constantly reinforce that flag if he really cares about it that much until he's got no troops left. So that's why we don't want them teleporting in. So at this point we've kind of agreed that they can reinforce the flag, and just fighting there isn't really doing much except wasting our units, which we could be using later on when it's more important. So obviously a flag's going to be extremely hard to take down at this part of the game if it's got 1.5 million troops inside, because a rally cap at 1.5 million troops on the 4th day is going to be really hard and expensive to have. So that's why we wanted to stop reinforcements. Also, we don't want to take that many losses in this. We want to take as minimal losses as possible, as minimal deaths. We don't care about severely wounded as much, especially when there's barely any T4 in the open field. It's really easy to heal. So that's why we wanted to stop reinforcements, obviously. But we weren't too successful, but we did get a rally off and take that flag down at one point. So you can see here, they tried to rally our leader's city. So this was our leader of the family. Well, one of the leaders of one of the alliances was helping the battle. So all the leaders were helping in the battle. But they were really angry at this one, so they wanted to get their revenge by rallying it. So a really stupid thing I did, and I will admit to, is swarming that rally. I really did regret it the second I locked onto it, and then you can see the faint danger there. You know that it's not great, so I really shouldn't have done that, and I already knew at this point that I shouldn't have done that. But people were swarming the rally when Lycaria had nothing in her city, and nothing they could take, no resources, barely any troops there, so they were just wasting their time, and us swarming them was feeding them kills, and it was very stupid. And she doesn't want people to reinforce her, which is smart, because they will get half deads against this rally, and when this rally is really strong, it's going to hurt. I think swarming the rally is better than reinforcing the city though, although both are terrible ideas. We should have just left it, let it break up, and attack the armies when they go home. And some people did do this, and that was the right thing to do. Not to attack the rally straight up or reinforce the city. This way you can get minimal losses but deal the most damage to them. So she doesn't have the reinforcement capacity where we can reinforce it and they'll lose the rally. It's just not going to work. So you can see no one was reinforced in that city, because it went down super quickly, and they got the win, but they didn't win anything, because she got no deaths and she lost no resources, so it's not that much. So they're coming home and they're going to take lots of healing from this, maybe even deaths. But people that swarmed the rally did get deaths because their hospital overflowed. Luckily this was when I joined into the battle, so when I swarmed I got 30k in the hospital, but I have a 50k hospital capacity, and I didn't have any in there at the time, so it was fine. And also a lot of them are just T1s. I hadn't used my training speed ups yet to get T3 yet, because I'm saving them for T4, so that's why I went down really quickly. but the healing's not that much. It's 3 seconds on all the T1, and that's about 80% of my troops, so it's not too long. It's only about 3 hours, because there's a bit of T2 and a bit of T3 in there. So they broke up, and some of them were already low on health because of the swarms, and when they're being picked off like this, that's going to do the most damage to them, so doing it this way was the smartest way. So you can see here they wanted to attack another city of someone who was messing with them and hitting them every chance they got, but they took the rally because they really loved getting kills. They just loved getting kills. So you can see here they got swarmed and rallied, but he took no deads in this, which was great. He took no deads and lost no resources, whereas they got a lot of deads because he's got Sun Tzu, and that's going to deal a lot of damage. The only way people did get deads was the people that reinforced his city, as you get half deads that way. So they got deads who were reinforcing the city, but they got more deads when they were swarming his city, because the Sun Tzu is really great in garrison at this point, especially when they're swarming, because that's going to hit multiple armies attacking his city. So the AoE is great. It doesn't just target one person, it's going to target maybe 4 or 5 of them and deal quite a lot of damage. So he gets quite a lot of kills from this, and he's very happy about that. So they tried to zero him, but he hasn't got troops that die. His hospital capacity is really big, and he just doesn't lose troops. So he just has to heal them up, and he'll do that. But they've lost lots of troops. You can see here, look at the health of all of them. Some of them are half health from attacking a city. That's going to be a lot of deads. One of them's almost been sent home from attacking a city. Again, that's going to be a lot of deads. So swarming wasn't the best idea here. They should have just let the rally hit, maybe. But they probably shouldn't have rallied it in the first place. So you can see here, the rally was glitching a bit for me, but this was when we were rallying their centre fortress. So you can see here, we had a Minamoto and Cao Cao attacking a Sun Tzu in garrison. So obviously the Sun Tzu's good, and people are getting hit by the AoE. So they really shouldn't be standing in the AoE range. So I put this marker, watch out, there's AoE, because people are standing around the rally and they're going to get hit when they're not even dealing damage to the centre fortress. And obviously we don't want that. So they had about 1 million units in the centre fortress, and the rally capacity was only 750,000. So the commanders were better in the rally, the tech was better in the rally, so the buffs were better as well, and the troops that we had some T3 and T4, they had no T4 in the centre fortress at this point, so we beat them on T4, as the rally leader had a full T4 army in this rally. So I wanted people to reinforce the rally and not solo. Obviously that's the best idea, because if you solo you're going to take a lot more deads and take a lot more damage, whereas you could just join the rally, deal more damage and take less. So you can see that we nearly take it down. We did take quite a lot of losses in this rally, but obviously that's war and it was good fun to do. So we did manage to take it down though. So we had our strongest player on the battlefield rally yet. He had the best commanders at the time, a Max Minamoto and a high castle capacity at this point in the game. So it was good that he was the rally leader, and they didn't have the troops to defend it, although they did want to. So you can see he's trying to reinforce, but he doesn't make it in time, and I get a small fate danger, but it's fine. Obviously that's war. So you can see here we have another rally. This was later on when we connected to a flag and we wanted to cut them. So you can see here we have a little rally, not a massive one, but it's just on this flag, which has about 2 armies in, and then our rally has about 3 armies. There were barely anyone on at this point, so attacking it and getting a rally up was quite hard, Luckily they weren't online too much, so they didn't have too much in the flag. So this was a fairly short and easy rally with minimal losses, so it wasn't too interesting, but I thought I'd show it. So we did win this battle in the end, which was good news obviously, so I'm happy that we did manage to, as if we didn't, it could really hurt us in the future. So they could hurt us in Zone 2 and maybe even Zone 3 if they got there. So in Zone 1 we took them out, and this was our first battle. It's a great learning experience for our members, and it was great fun as well. So we can go on to KVK and future battles with a bit more knowledge of what you have to do on the battlefield, as we did have some new players. Like our strongest one was quite new, so it was his first war, and this obviously would have helped him learn a bit more about the game and the warfare in it. Anyway, thank you for watching. Please do leave a like on the video and subscribe to me. It will mean a lot. Anyway, thanks for watching and goodbye.